Once upon a time, there was a boy named Daniel. He lived in a small fishing village by the ocean. Daniel loved the sea. He would spend hours watching the waves, listening to the sound of seagulls, and dreaming of adventures far beyond the horizon. One day, while helping his grandfather clean an old attic, Daniel discovered something unusual. It was a dusty wooden box, locked with a rusty clasp. Inside the box, he found a rolled-up parchment, a map. But this was no ordinary map. It showed a path leading deep into the ocean, marked with a strange symbol that looked like a shining crown. At the bottom of the map were the words, "The city of Tydoria, the lost kingdom beneath the sea." Daniel's heart raced. A lost city? A hidden kingdom under the waves? He couldn't believe it. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He stared at the map again and again until he made up his mind. He was going to find this city. The next morning, Daniel packed a small bag with food, a lantern, and his grandfather's old compass. He borrowed a small wooden boat and set sail, following the directions of the map. For hours he rowed, until he reached a part of the sea that seemed strangely calm. The water sparkled with a faint blue glow. Daniel leaned over the side of the boat and saw something unbelievable, a spiral staircase made of stone, disappearing deep into the ocean. Suddenly, the sea began to shimmer, and the water parted like glass, revealing the staircase completely. Without hesitation, Daniel stepped out of the boat and began to climb down. The deeper he went, the more the world changed. He entered a tunnel of crystal walls. Glowing fish swam past him, and the sound of rushing waves echoed above. At the end of the staircase, Daniel arrived at a breathtaking sight, a vast city beneath the sea, with towers of coral, streets of shining shells, and lights glowing like stars. It was Tydoria, the lost city, but the city was not empty. As Daniel wandered through the streets, he heard voices. He followed the sound and soon met the people of Tydoria. They were tall and graceful, with hair that flowed like water and eyes that shimmered like pearls. "Welcome, traveler," said their queen, standing before a palace made of crystal. "We have waited for someone brave enough to follow the map." Daniel was amazed. He asked, "Why was your city hidden beneath the sea?" The queen explained, "Long ago, Tydoria was a kingdom on land, but greed and war threatened to destroy us. So, with the power of the ocean, we sank our city beneath the waves to protect it. For centuries, we have lived here in peace, waiting for a friend from the surface world." Daniel listened in wonder. The queen smiled and said, "But now, the ocean is changing. The waters grow restless. We need your help." Daniel agreed to help. The queen led him to a great cavern where a glowing crystal pulsed with blue light. "This crystal is the heart of our city," she said. "It keeps Tydoria safe. But its power is fading. You must restore it." She handed Daniel a seashell that shone with golden light. "Take this. Follow the river of light. At the end, you will find what you need." So Daniel set off again, guided by the golden shell. He passed through underwater forests, glowing caves, and tunnels filled with strange creatures. He fought strong currents, escaped from giant eels, and solved puzzles carved into the stone walls. At last, he reached a hidden chamber. In the center was a small crystal, shining faintly. Daniel placed the golden shell beside it, and suddenly, the crystal burst into brilliant light. The water around him sparkled. The crystal's energy flowed back to Tydoria. When Daniel returned, the city glowed brighter than ever before. The queen thanked him. "You have restored our heart. Tydoria will live on, thanks to your courage." As a gift, she gave Daniel a pendant shaped like a starfish. "Whenever you wear this, you will never be lost at sea," she said. The people of Tydoria cheered, and Daniel felt proud. But he knew it was time to return home. He climbed back up the spiral staircase, waved goodbye, and returned to his boat. The water closed behind him, hiding the city once more. Back in his village, no one believed Daniel's story, but every time he looked at the pendant, glowing softly around his neck, he smiled. He knew the truth. He had discovered the lost city beneath the sea. And from that day on, the ocean was no longer just waves and water. It was a place of secrets, magic, and endless adventure. Thank you for listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing adventures. See you in the next video!